And there's also like what's going on with Aerith. What's happening with her? Is she alive? Is she dead? See, what I think it is that I heard a really good theory that the Aerith that Cloud sees at the end of Rebirth is the one he saved from a different universe, from a different world, but their Aerith, she's dead, which is why Tifa and Barrett and everyone are just so shattered. And I said this during my I said this during the Aerith birthday stream, that one of the big things I've been seeing online is that, oh, Tifa's so upset over Cloud's mental state. No, Tifa doesn't get upset over Cloud's mental state until later on in the original game. Tifa is upset at what happened to Aerith. Like, you can deny it all you want, but one of my favorite things about this game has been the fact that they have grown and expanded Aerith and Tifa's friendship. And they are friends. You can deny it all you want, but they are friends. Like, they are best friends if you've seen some of the looks they share, like especially in Rebirth. Like, when Aerith's having her moment there at the River of Lights in Cosmo Canyon, you can see the love in Tifa's eyes for Aerith when she's talking. And, you know, she's even saying, I have friends who love me, and how can you deny that? Like, come on. Like, sure, I'm maybe part of Cloud's mental state is why Tifa is so silent, but the majority of it is what happened to Aerith at the end of Rebirth. So, but I mean, I think part of that is from the shipping wars. I'm just gonna get, you know, I may get flack for it. I don't care. I don't buy into the shipping wars. I'm not a shipper. I don't ship Cloud and Tifa. I don't ship Cloud and Aerith. I don't ship Zack and Aerith. I am through and through an Aerith fan. Plain and simple. Like, I love all the characters in the game. Like, the ones you're supposed to love. Maybe a few exceptions. I'll talk about one character in particular who I didn't really like in the original game, but they made me care about her in this game. But no, I don't buy into the whole shipping thing. And I mean, absolutely, ship who you want to ship. Like, if you ship Cloud and Tifa, if you ship Aerith and Cloud, if you ship Aerith and Tifa, you know, that's fine, but don't hate a character just because it's not your ship. Like, it's like I say in the beginning of these streams. What I said in the beginning of these streams, because, you know, please don't engage in shipping wars. We love Aerith and Tifa here equally. Yeah, I fully admit, Aerith is my favorite character. I absolutely adore Aerith, but Tifa is also a fantastically developed character. She's kind, she's funny, she's caring, she's nurturing. She can kick ass with the best of them. And honestly, she's one of the best characters to play as in this game, at least. I'm not going to say in Rebirth, but in this game, she's one of the best characters to play as. So I will always admire and respect Tifa, but Aerith is hands down my favorite because she had so much bad stuff happen in her life, but yet she was able to still remain this sweet and just amazing person. She subverted all the tropes of how a hard life should make you a hard person. She had a hard life, but it made her a better person. Not saying that Tifa didn't have a hard life. Like, I mean, her mother died at an early age, her hometown was burned to the ground, and her father was killed. So, no, Tifa had a hard life too. But I saw one creator on TikTok, and she was like, I think Aerith has the most tragic backstory. And yeah, I totally agree with that. Aerith does have the most tragic backstory. Because, you know, as an infant, her father was murdered by Shinra. She was taken into custody with her mother to the Shinra building until she was 7 years old, when her and her mother eventually escaped, but then her mother died shortly after the escape. She was taken in by Elmira, who, I didn't know this, is married into a crime family. Like, I need to read the Aerith portion of this book, because apparently Elmira marries into a crime family who's a rival of Don Corneo. And, you know, from what I understand is that it wasn't all good times between Aerith and Elmira. Elmira tried to get Aerith to suppress her Cetra powers, but they just came. But that being said, you know, Aerith, yeah, had an extremely hard life, but here she is. She's still this positive, energetic ray of sunshine. Like, always encouraging, always loving. Oh, well, god damn it. So yeah, you know, everything that happened in her life could have made her hard and bitter, but it didn't. She remained as beautiful and soft as the petals on any of her flowers. That is the best way I can describe it. And that is why I don't even love Aerith. I adore her. You know, I've always made the comparison that when I was growing up, I was a big fan of the Archie comics as well. Still am. Riverdale is a whole nother discussion, but won't get into that one. But it always seemed to me that Veronica was always the one that every guy wanted. I wanted Betty. I was never a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. Like, I liked it enough, but it wasn't the Flintstones. Everyone loved Wilma. I loved Betty. No, the Flintstones. Not the Flintstones. Scooby-Doo. Everyone loved Daphne. I like Velma more. And yeah, Flintstones, Wilma, Betty. I like Betty more. So when it came to like Final Fantasy VII, you have a choice between Aerith and Tifa. Like, I mean, Tifa has some excellent qualities about herself, and I'm not talking about physical qualities either, you know. Like I said before, funny, caring, all that. But there was something about Aerith that I just loved more. So, and I mean, the best I can, you know, one of the best things that I can think of is that Ryder Pride, he's another huge fan of Final Fantasy VII himself. And he fully admits Tifa is his favorite character, and that's cool. Like, if Tifa's your favorite character, but I've always said, doesn't matter who your favorite character is. You know, as long as you show respect to the other characters, too. So, like, when I see people online saying stupid shit like near the end of Rebirth, there's this one chick on there, Tifa fan, who was like, oh, Aerith needs therapy, Aerith needs therapy. Shut the fuck up. Alright? There was another one, they reached the end of the battle with Sephiroth, and she was like, oh good, can she stay dead this time? Fuck you! Alright? I'm not sitting here slamming Tifa just because she's not my favorite character. In my list of favorite characters of Final Fantasy VII, Tifa is number 5. Alright? And there are so many good characters. This makes it sound like I'm slamming Tifa. I'm not. You know, I've said before, Tifa's a fantastic character. She's just not my favorite. So when I see people slamming characters for no reason, I take it a little personal. But going back to what I was saying, Ryder Pride, his favorite is Tifa. But he respects Aerith enough not to put her down. and realize her worth in the game, because Aerith is worth a lot more in the game than people realize. All right, so circling back to something I was saying before, there was one character from the original game who I didn't really care for. I thought she was just kind of a character. I still, she was a character you could take or leave. I always take her because I like having the full party. And that's Yuffie. Yuffie was just an character for me in the original game. She was like bratty and, well, I mean, she's 16 years old, so what do you expect? Well, she was always kind of annoying, but Final Fantasy VII Remake, the integrate portion, and Rebirth, they really didn't make me, well, I guess, yeah, they really made me appreciate Yuffie's character more, and she wasn't as annoying. She was very, very likable, too. So that's something that I appreciated. I love the expansion. Like, yeah, you can say they put a lot of shit in Remake to pad it out, because you got to remember, in the original game, the Midgar section itself at the beginning of the game is only a couple hours, like maybe 4 or 5 hours at most. They took that and they made it a full 30-hour game. And yeah, there's some padding in it. Like, they never had that Jessie story in the original game. And Jessie's another one. She was just kind of a there character. She had a couple lines. We didn't go as in depth with her as we do in Remake. And they gave her such a wonderful personality. They made her charming. They made her likable. They made her funny. They made her flirty, but made her serious. And I love what Erica Lindbeck did for the character as well with her voice. Erica Lindbeck is one that I've talked about time and time again. I think she's fantastic. She is one of my favorite working actors right now. She's done so much. She's also the voice of Luna in Hell of a Boss, and I absolutely love Luna. Love her attitude. Love her look. But Jessie was just a fantastic character. They did so much with all the other characters too, side characters like Biggs and Wedge, making their characters more important.